So this is the list of small jobs that I've got to do. So I want to see how many I can cross off my list today. So as you can see, I've got the door handle done. So I'll show you that in a bit. And let's see how many of the others we can get crossed off. So this is what I'm left with after taking the door handle off. So as you can see, I'm going to need to sand and maybe fill. I might be able to get away with just sanding it, but yeah. And then I'm going to have to just paint over it, I think. I'll just do like a little touch up because I don't really want to have to paint the whole door. But this is what it looks like on the other side. And I've painted over the keyhole. Gotta love quirky old houses. And this is the one on the other door. So this one still has the keyhole plate. The handle needs a bit of adjusting. If you notice, they're very low on the doors as well, which is kind of cool. But this one has no striker to close the door, but it's on my office door, so it doesn't really matter. But this is sort of what the other one will look like once I strip all the paint off it. I think I'm just going to leave this one. I'm not overly concerned about it. I actually don't mind the rustic look, and it's just in my office. So I wasn't sure what paint stripper to get, so I asked at Bunnings and they said paint strippers are over there. So I just grabbed this one and hopefully it works. So basically the instructions say to let it sit for an hour and don't let it dry out. So I'm hoping that it's not too hot today and that it doesn't dry out. You can see it bubbling already. So that's pretty cool. It's very stinky. And then I'm going to do this little bit. It's from around the door handle. I might have to put you down for this. So I've used paint stripper and also given it a light sand, but unfortunately it's not coming up and it's just going like rusty. So I think I'm not going to have a nice pretty brass door lock. So I think I'm just going to have to paint it black because from the looks of it, it was black before. So I think if I do this part black and then the knobs and everything in the brass, leave them in brass, then that should look kind of cute. So I just got to paint the door now. And then I can paint the door, paint this, and then we can reinstall it. As I said, I'm not overly concerned whether it matches perfectly. It's just so that it's behind the door lock. Because one day I will take them off and repaint the doors, but this door has probably, I reckon, about 10 or more layers of paint on it. And the front's okay, so this is just the inside from the bedroom. So it's only us that are going to see it. It's really just so that it doesn't stand out from behind the latch where the bits have flaked off. I might have to do a couple of coats, I think. Let's not get it in the door lock because that's going to make my life difficult later. So that'll do for coat number 1. Ah, from what you can see, it doesn't look too bad at all. So we'll let that dry and then do another coat. Okay, sorry about the road noise. I'm out the front spraying this, so I'm going to do some metal shield epoxy enamel. Let's give this a go. Okay, so that looks good. So I'll let that dry and then flip it over and do the other side. So it's all painted and I cleaned up the knobs. I ended up having to use Coca-Cola of all things to clean it up. So now I'm going to attempt to put it back on. I had a bit of an assistance from a locksmith to take it off, so now I'll see if I can put it back on myself. And I got the wrong screwdriver. So I just made an executive decision. It could be a bad one, but we'll see. But I just found some black screws. Figured they'd look a little bit better than the ones with white paint on them. So it's all back on. Super cute. It's not perfect, but Looks 100 times better than what it did before. So another job that I can mark off my list. I can now close my door again. Yay! So I just realised I've done all this work. So this used to be my sewing table that was in my office, and I was looking at it the other day and I went, I think that'll work in my bedroom as my makeup vanity. So I've literally just started deconstructing it, and I'm just working out how it's going to fit in here. So at the moment, so I've got it turned around, so I will have to do some framing on the fronts of the drawers and that sort of thing, which is fine. That's just putting some beading on, and I do need to cut it down about 2 centimeters on this side, so then this cabinet will be able to turn around and slot in next to it. But then it'll be done and it'll fit up against the wall nicely, and I can sit under there, and I'll just need to put a mirror up and then we'll be done. So hopefully I'll be able to get it done tomorrow. I'll bring you along and show you. Okay, so I'm filming on my phone again because both my camera batteries are dead, but I want to get the cut done for the cupboard. So I'm just going to cut it and then I'll come back and I'll show you, because I don't have my tripod to film on my phone, is packed away somewhere. So I'll see what I can do. So the cut's done and it fits. So now I've just got to get some trim pieces and trim around here and then fix the drawers up. I've already got some drawers that I had made out of fence palings that were in here already when it was my sewing cabinet. So I've got 3 of those, so I need to make a 4th one. And then I think I'm going to do like a bit of trim around the outside of the desk to make it look like it's built in. But I can still access my PowerPoint down there. And there's enough room for me to scooch under there. So yeah, it's all coming together. So as I said in the last clip, it's all cut. I'm just going to go to Bunnings now and get some trim to go around the edges. And I'm also going to get the paint to redo that artwork that I've been talking about. Okay, sorry, I know my head's cut off a little bit. I'll duck down. So I've just cut the pieces, the trim. I'll show you. I went with this little, detail trim. So I've just cut them 3 pieces at 45 degree, and I'm just going to now glue them to the wall and to the cabinet. Well, I'm going to glue them to the cabinet. Probably won't glue them to the wall because in case I want to move the cabinet out at some time, but just sort of to try and give it that built-in look. And then I'm going to give the whole thing a lick of new paint because the top's a little bit dirty. So I think you can do with a bit of paint. If you watch the renovating of the kitchen, you know I joked about liquid nails, about how much they used. I'm not going to use the excessive amount that they use, but I am going to be using liquid nails. Decided I was going to make a 4th drawer for here, but I've decided I'm going to leave this one free so that I can put like my bottles, like lay bottles and stuff down, like so hairspray and heat protectant and that sort of thing, because the drawers are only really shallow. So I thought I can just lay them in here. I'm going to put like a non-stick mat in here, and I'm just going to sand down this and put some wood filler on it tonight, just to make it a little bit smoother, and then paint it all tomorrow. So yeah, I'll do that, and then we'll come back in the morning for the painting. I'll show you then. So I just went to Bunnings to get some paint. I was going to get some like semi-gloss or high gloss white, and then I remembered I've got the huge tin of paint that I used to paint the fence paling, so I just thought I would use that instead of spending more money, and I just got a gloss clear coat to put on the top so that it makes it more durable. So let's get to painting this and then moving on to the next project. Oh, I'll show you whilst I think about it. Whilst I was out, I went to Spotlight and I got some colours for the artwork. So we'll do that next. That way I'll be able to cross something else off my list. So let's get to painting. Very humid in this room, so I've just given it, as you just saw, I just gave it one coat, and when I was doing that I actually realized that I forgot to use the gap filler to fill around the gap between the trim and the desk. So once it's dried I will quickly do the gap filler and then I'll give it the second coat. I'm not sure if I already showed you, but I got some knobs for it. I'm still tossing up whether I'm just going to leave these raw or whether I will paint them white as well, but we'll just see. I'll just put the knobs on and I'll live with it for a bit, and then I'll decide whether I want to paint them or leave them as they are, because it's very simple. I can just take them out and paint them. So yeah, I'll put the knobs on these while that dries, and then we'll move on to the next project. Okay, so our next project is this. This is the artwork that I've been talking about. So I just want to take some of the darkness out of it because it's too dark for my space now. So I'm gonna put on some YouTube and I'm gonna sit on the couch. Toto's already here waiting for me. So I'm gonna sit on the couch and just play around. To be honest, I have no game plan. I'm not an artist. So we're just going to see how this goes. I already showed you the paint colours that I have. Got a whole array of different paintbrushes. I'm just going to give it a go and hope that none of the cats come to try and join me in this painting and get paint everywhere, because that wouldn't be fun. So I think I'm going to go in with the cream first and do the creams over the black, because then it might tone it down just a bit. So let's see how that goes. So this is what it's looking like. I'm not sure, but I'm just going to let it dry and leave it sitting there for a bit and then decide what I think. I'm thinking I think I need more beige, and then just add in the pops of cut green and this burnt sienna and get rid of all the black, but we'll see. So this is the window frosting finished. You can see I didn't do the tops. I just did the important area. You can hear Cooper in the background. So I just did these areas here because it's the most important bit, so you can't see in. And I didn't worry about doing that one over there because we can't get around that corner unless you actually walk around to intentionally look in. So really happy with how it turned out. And this is the big spa bath that I'm actually going to be removing. So I'll bring you along when I do that too. So I only managed to cross 4 things off the list, and I'm sorry I forgot to record whilst I was crossing them off. So, but some is better than none. So hopefully we'll get some more crossed off this weekend before Christmas. So I just thought I'd pop in here because I realised I didn't do an outro. So I hope you enjoyed today's video and watching me try and get through a list of things that I've got to do. As you can see by the list, I've still got a few things that I need to check off the list. Some of those I may not video myself doing. Some of them I may. So hope you enjoyed today's video. If you do, give it a big thumbs up, and if you want to see more from me, hit the subscribe button and scroll up and hit the little bell notification so you get notified each time I post. So I'll see you in the next video. Thanks, bye.